8%. So, the cement maker, in a notice issued today to shareholders and, of course, the regulatory authorities, Lafarge Africa will be asking the shareholders the May 16th annual general meeting for another capital raising. You just finished one. Now, Lafarge Africa will be asking shareholders for 100 billion naira as new capital to shock this company that keeps making losses and more losses. Now, the shareholders will have to come up with 100 billion naira fresh monies, and the directors will be asking the shareholders for an approval to raise that 100 billion on the 16th of May when the annual shareholders meeting of this company is held. The stock market started this week, the final trading week in April, on a negative note. On Monday, we are down 0.1%, 0.12% to be more precise. We're down at 40,763.9 on the composite index, and the market cap had a bit of a haircut there, a few billions of the equity cap of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Look at the primary numbers in terms of trading. Not really a bad day, if you ask me or anyone on the street. That's why you see the green there. That's about 20.8 million US dollars. That's the dollar value of 7.77 billion naira in terms of total transactions. Volume was also very strong, a little above 500 million ordinary shares in more than 4,500 transactions. But who was where when you look at the big 5 sectors of the market that we also always track for you? And everyone who is interested in this market also track these 5 subsectors. Here we go. Banking lost about 0.6%. That's on the day that UBA reported a better than expected numbers. Give us 1 second, we'll get to that. Unity Bank, these are the banks that dragged down the banking sector on Monday. GT Bank lost about 2.12%, and that's a bellwether in that sector. Then you have the other small cap commercial banks. Jaiz Bank went down 4.6%, Unity Bank lost 4.7%, Sky Bank was down 4.21%, and Wema 3.19%. So those 4 also lost because of the market sentiment, and that's brought that sector down by that number. Then you look at consumer goods, 0.26%. Hold on a second. I'm going to piggyback a little bit. Let's step back a little bit to UBA. UBA came up with a very impressive numbers, and I don't want to forget that. Profit after tax by UBA grew 45% year on year because the bank made 11.2 billion naira in other comprehensive income. In terms of loan book, UBA reported a far lower decline among other banks that have since reported, just 2% quarter on quarter. The figure was much bigger for Zenith, for GT, and for Stanbic IBTC. If you were on the program yesterday, I'm sure you heard the numbers. UBA loan book declined 2%, just 2% in the quarter. But in terms of the earnings, the profit after tax beat forecast by 52% at FBN Quest. Thank you to the other comprehensive income. Now we go to consumer goods, where Nigerian Breweries late yesterday afternoon reported its own earnings. A very disappointing numbers for this brewer. The numbers were all in the red. I'm just going to look for that for you. A very disappointing earnings, quarterly earnings from Nigerian Breweries. I'm going to find out in just about 1 second. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay, here it is. Nigerian Breweries reported profit before tax down 13% year on year. Net profit down 11% year on year. Sales declined about 11% behind consensus for full year at Nigerian Breweries. Profit after tax came in at about 10.2 billion. Sales declined 9% year on year to 83 billion. This cement maker, according to Heineken's, the parent in the Netherlands, says the unit volumes for the group grew high on single digits due to a number of countries, including Nigeria. This is what analysts are still saying about that company. Let's get back to that sector. International breweries, which is much, much smaller than Nigerian breweries, yesterday saw $2.1 million of its shares traded. You remember recently the merger of IB PLC based in Osun State with 2 other smaller brewers and expanding the scope and business of IBL in Nigeria. Now, Nigerian breweries, which is much bigger, had $7.5 million of its shares traded on Monday as that news hit the market. And of course, the share price also affected. Zenith had one of the largest trading transaction for the day, $5.7 million. Let's go to industrials, where Lafarge shares went down about 2% on those very disappointing numbers, dragging the sector 2.72%. Insurance lost about 0.5%, and oil and gas was better by 0.56%. And who do we say thank you to? Yeah, that's Forty Oil, 4.94% gain by that bellwether in that sector. Let's bring it on and show you where we were. 4.054 million shares of Forty Oil, that integrated energy trader, were traded on Monday, finishing 37.45 on the counter. Owando are now at ₦9.60. Flip that over. I'm looking for the green and the red. That's 12.702 million ordinary shares. The price of Owando was unchanged at 960. Eternal Oil garnered 3.37% gain on the counter, less than 800,000 shares, 6.52 at the closing bell. Japol saw the red, 3.77, 7.1 million ordinary shares. And that's Capital Oil there for you. That lackluster and very sluggish stock at 33 kobo, down 0.01% and about 202,000 units. And let's look at the NESD over the counter for just about a few seconds. That's a very roaring Monday, 108% on the unlisted securities index numbers, 695.77. That's a stronger reading on the US side for this over the counter market. And of course, you can see the effect on the market cap there, 470.8 billion. And in terms of volume, a very good day, 104,510 units. And that's 13 transactions. That's quite good. And we're going to wrap this up on the Treasury bills. It was also a good day. The yields are declining. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.